That was a hard clap.
I tried my best.
Welcome back. You slap everything that hard?
Most things in life.
Most of the things, not everything. Welcome back to the Reasonable Show.
Hi
With a
guys.
new haircut.
Old haircut.
Yeah. How you doing?
I'm
How's
doing quite
life?
all right. I'm a little hungry, but apart from that, all's good.
I mean, why didn't you Why didn't you eat breakfast?
I did have breakfast
So
yesterday.
yesterday makes sense.
Since then, nothing.
I mean, you're busy every day in
I'm
uni.
Quite busy. Hustling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. How is this process of international office going on?
So far, it has been going quite well, but obviously, it comes with its fair share of difficulties. And yeah, I've been collaborating with a lot of people. Initially, I'll be very honest, I had trouble collaborating with people, but now I'm trying to work my way up as a team player.
What do you do exactly there? You
Basically,
never
at the-
explained to me.
Yes. Okay. So basically, in the international office, there are 3 floors. The ground floor
One
with.
thing. I told you don't shout. I didn't told you to talk that much.
Okay. All right. So basically, in the international office, there are 3 floors.
Yeah.
On the ground floor, there is the strategy team,
Yeah. Okay.
as well as the vice director of international affairs.
Yeah.
And then on the first floor is the ESA office. They're in charge of all the events in the university, as well as building the student communities, the country representatives, all of that.
Okay.
Then the second floor is where they have the international exchange offices. And then there's one more floor, but I have no idea whatsoever about what they do. So we're just gonna exclude them, okay?
Yeah.
I work on the ground floor for now, and I work along with the strategy team.
Okay.
My work is creative strategy.
Okay.
So while they do everything that's professional, I just walk in with a bunch of dudes with a camera and a creative vision, and I tell them, hey, we should do this instead. And they're like, I'd bet, go ahead,
Yeah.
do it.
So nice. Oh yeah.
Such as
Such as
we
this.
produced the very first international student magazine in Turkey, not only the university. Turkey.
Question: where did this idea came from?
Good question. Basically, in early September, I walked up to the vice director at the international office and I said, hey, listen, we need a student magazine. He's like, do it. I was like, no one's doing it. They're like, we had a newsletter idea. And I was like, okay, cool. Let's do the newsletter thing. Where is it? What have you done so far? And they're like, the International Student Union was doing it, but they didn't. I was like, okay, cool. Should I start working on it? He's like, cool, start working on it. So naturally, I started working on it because he advised me
Okay.
to do so. And as I was working on it, I prepared the entire action plan. I was designing the content, what to include, who to collaborate with. Because, as I was telling a really dear friend of mine a second ago, Dublin Group's principles, every time you come up with an innovative strategy, you need to define the profit model, the structure, the network, and so on. And I defined all of that, and I was about to commence work. And then the president of the International Student Union, Mortasam, he walks up to me and he's like, you're doing the newsletter, yeah? I'm like, yeah, we're doing the newsletter. I'm like, okay, yeah? He's like, let's do the newsletter. I was like, yeah?
So,
And,
question: this is a newsletter or is a magazine?
I'm getting to it. It was initially supposed to be a newsletter, okay? However, there were some disputes in the beginning, but they were entirely because of miscommunication and mismanagement.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say whose miscommunication, whose mismanagement, because honestly, miscommunication was from my end as well, if I'm being very honest. So we started panicking. I started panicking actually. I was like, okay, are you doing the newsletter or am I doing the newsletter? He's like, the International Student Union is doing the newsletter. I'm like, fuck it, it's a magazine, not a newsletter. He's like, it's a newsletter. I'm like, no, I just upgraded it. It's a magazine now. It's more advanced. Newsletter was supposed to be 4 pages. I was like,
Yeah.
fuck it. This is gonna be 20 pages and we have a long list of stuff we're gonna talk about.
Nice.
So he was like, okay. I was like, okay. He's like, yeah, okay. So I came up with a new name. Initially, it was going to be INK, Newsletter, Information, News, Knowledge. Then we changed it to ISU newsletter, but because it was no longer a newsletter, we eventually called it Spotlight, so that a student can be brought into the spotlight, and it got upgraded to a magazine. Now, I designed the magazine, the content, did all of it, and I just slapped it on a piece of canvas. And when it was done, Then there were disputes as well, and honestly, again, my fault as well as the fault of many other people involved. Miscommunication again. So they were like, "Oh, you just did it all by yourself." I was like, "Yeah."
Nice.
They were like, "Oh, we have been working on it for 2 years. You just walk in, spawn out of nowhere, and you."
You know, the thing is, like, if you work on if you're working on something for 2 years and you didn't do anything about it, technically you did nothing.
That's what I said. But then they said, "No, you need to take people along with you. You need to be a team player." I was like, "I told you guys I was doing this." Like, no. You need to let others do it as well. I bet. So the second issue we're doing together. First issue, yes, I just wanted to put something out there. So I was just in a rush all the time, and I wanted to get everything done. So from my end, I was not coordinating as well as I should have, and from their end, they weren't as ambitious about the project as I was.
Yeah.
But this time around, this was the first issue, November issue. Now we're coming out with the December issue, which will be out soon, and for that one, we're collaborating in a very healthy fashion.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, question: why we cannot find it in the university?
You can find it in the university.
Not easily.
Not easily. Good question. And that is, we knew that it would, run out fast. First of all, it's completely free. If you want it, you just go pick it up. It's available at the international office. We did announce it online on the ISA page, on international office page. We announced it everywhere. However, if you still want to read it but could not get your hands on the physical copy, there's a QR right here.
Ah, nice.
If you scan it, just get it immediately in your phone.
That's what I want to say. I was like, I want to ask this question that, like, do you really think people still read magazines and stuff? So, I mean, the QR code works.
We ran out of every single copy we had, so I'm assuming people read it.
How many copies you got?
We had quite a big number, and they all just...
How many?
I can't say it. That's
How
confidential.
many?
That's confidential information.
80 something?
That's confidential information. But inshallah, for the next one, for the November issue, I can give you an idea of the number that we're envisioning right now. Sorry, for the December issue. For the December issue, it's going to be like, as of now, it's planned to be around 400 to 500.
400 to 400, nice. But just in English, like, not Turkish, right?
It's entirely English, and that is why it's the first of its kind in Turkey.
Nice. I hope it goes well, because usually when you start something in university, it doesn't really go well.
This one's going well, alhamdulillah.
I'm happy. But the other thing is, like, I think you should change the strategy of your advertising, because...
What should it be?
I mean, the video was nice. Well, first, the guy who edited the video was my friend.
Okay.
So I know him.
Okay.
Before he come to the office, I was like, X guy, please, when you're going to record it vertical. He didn't listen to me. And like the thing is, when I saw the video was nice. But the thing is, the way he recorded wasn't that engaging in Instagram. That was a YouTube kind of video.
You're right.
And I had another idea for you. I was like, why don't you start a YouTube channel for this in university and the office that you told me? Because I think that's more engaging than this stuff.
You're
What do you
absolutely
think?
right. I agree with you.
No.
Why don't you do it?
What? Me?
Yep.
I'm the most hated guy in this university.
Are you Logan Paul of the university?
What?
Are you Logan Paul at this university?
Yeah, I mean, sure.
You went to the suicide forest?
I mean, I can help. Yeah, but
Then you should have.
no.
Because I think I informed you about this as well, and I don't know if students know this, but the international office is offering space and facilities for all ambitious creative students via the CCI team, which is a creativity, content and innovation team. So if you feel like you're someone who can create content, someone who is creative, someone who is innovative, you can come.
Yeah.
If you are a vlogger, we're going to give you the cameras and the mics. If you are an artist, we're going to give you all the art resources. If you are a blogger, we're going to give you a laptop to work on. If you're a writer, you have this magazine to write on. We're going to give you all the facilities for you to explore your creative hidden ambitions and talents, as long as it aligns with the interest of the university.
So, so technically you cannot write anything. You should just be in a certain way.
No, you can write whatever you want as long as it is in the interest of the university.
Freedom of speech.
Freedom of speech is very welcoming. Yes, very welcome.
Question, what do you think about freedom of speech? Because this is a really interesting topic and I want to talk to people.
Okay. There is no such thing as freedom of speech.
Exactly.
There is no such thing as free and there's no such thing as freedom.
Yeah.
Everything comes at a cost, everything comes at a price.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think nowadays, like, freedom of speech is something that they, like, some group of people, the majority of the society, tell us that what's freedom of speech. Because if you talk outside that, it's not even freedom of speech anymore.
Okay, listen. Freedom of speech. Okay, let me just. My Instagram account had been, you know this.
Yeah.
It had been. My actions had been restricted and suspended for 2 months straight.
Yeah.
I had to beg Meta. I had to go chasing around customer service people. I was literally looking up people on LinkedIn who worked for Instagram. And I was texting. I'm like, hey, listen. They're like, yeah. And I'm like, can you help me with my account? Bro, fuck off. I'm like, please, man. I was... Why? Because I was supporting Palestine.
Yeah.
So there's no freedom of speech when it comes to Meta. Let's talk about Twitter. Even on Twitter, let's take the example of Alex Jones. Do you know Alex Jones?
I heard of his name.
Yeah. He's basically a right-wing personality.
Okay.
And he got suspended from Meta because of something that he did off, like not on the network. Something that he did in his personal life.
Okay.
And the consequences for his actions were imposed on him on a social media platform, which does not make any sense.
Like, same thing that happened with Trump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They nerfed my boy Trump, man. I swear to God.
So the thing is, like, especially in the West, people keep telling, like, me, they're like, oh, we got freedom of speech, we can't talk about anything. But when I open some sensitive topics, they're like, no, we shouldn't go in
You can't
there.
talk about it. My European friends, I lived in Germany for around 6 months and I met a lot of European people. Those people love freedom of speech, yeah? But every time you bring up something that's sensitive, something that they feel like they're going to get into trouble for, and again, these are the people who have freedom of speech. You're from Iran, I'm from Pakistan. If you go to Iran right now and you say something about the hijab, they're going to kill you.
Yeah.
If I go to Pakistan right now and I say something about Islam, they're going to kill me.
Yeah.
But these people have that freedom, yet they choose not to talk about it.
Yeah.
So there is, now, you can't come up to me and go like, oh no, they're too decent and that's why they can't. No, fuck off. Fuck off with
You see, 2 weeks ago, I was in Izmir with Erasmus students. So I found some Germans and I was like, why not? Let's talk about Nazi. And I asked them about Nazi and I asked them, what do you think about Hitler? They like, for a second they were shocked. They were like, why are you asking me this question? I was like, it's fine, just give me your idea. You like it, you don't like it, I don't really care. I just
You
want
asked
to
a German dude if he liked Hitler?
What? No, none of them. They said, all of them said, no, Hitler was a bad guy. He destroyed the picture of the Germany all over the world. But then I told them, like, people in Middle East have the exactly opposite idea of what you're saying.
Okay.
People in Middle East, they usually like Hitler.
Huh?
I mean, we got the same enemy kind of way.
Oh. Huh?
Yeah, go ask people outside. They say we like Hitler. Yeah.
That's news to me.
Really?
Yeah.
Go to Arabs and say, do you like Hitler? They say yes. Yeah.
I'll ask them after this interview. Yeah.
What?
I'll talk to them after this interview.
Yeah, just go talk to them and say, yes, he did a good job.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, before I got cancelled on YouTube.
Uh-huh.
So, how was your trip?
Trip to Germany?
Yeah. I mean, the whole Europe.
Yeah. Good shit. So basically, I went to Germany. I stayed there for a little over 6 months. Amazing. Okay. First of all, Germany as a society, as a country, I absolutely loved it. People tend to call it boring. Why?
I call it boring, personally.
It's not boring.
I never been there, but based on what I hear, I'm calling it boring.
I don't know why people say that, because I was staying in Frankfurt, and Frankfurt reminded me a lot of my home city in Pakistan, Islamabad. It's just like Islamabad if Islamabad had $100 billion
Because
budget.
there are lots of Paki there, or
Lots of what?
lots of Pakis there, or just because it's
No. First of all, the South Asian community, it exists all over the world, wherever you go. I've been to like 10 or 11 countries, and every country I've ever been to, the first person I see when I land at the airport is a South Asian dude. Either
Nice.
Pakistani or Tamil or Bengali or Pakistani. Okay?
No.
We're parasites. You can't get rid. We're everywhere. And Germany. I liked Germany for a number of reasons. First of all, I was staying in Frankfurt. Frankfurt is quite like a really modernized area. So in Frankfurt, everyone speaks English. Not once did I have
Really?
to. Yeah,
That's
every single person I've met in Frankfurt spoke English. The bookkeepers, the coffee people, the waiters,
That's the first time
everyone.
I'm hearing this.
Everyone. If you go to Berlin, it's a different story. Munich is a different story. Actually, even in Berlin, lots of people speak English, but not as many as in Frankfurt. Frankfurt is the finance capital of Germany. And because of that, there are a lot of international people who are dealing with some international shit over there. So, and because Frankfurt is like, if you go like 10 years back, Frankfurt was nothing. I had a professor, Mr. Hans Hahn, amazing dude. He told me that when he moved to Frankfurt, all of his friends made fun of him. They're like, you can go to Frankfurt, crack city, Crackfurt. And he was like, yeah. They're like, there's nothing in Frankfurt, you're going to kill yourself. But he said that he does not regret it. And he's confident that in the next like 5 years to come, Frankfurt is going to be like the official language of Frankfurt is going to turn to English. He's confident.
Damn.
Mr. Hans Hahn, if I'm not wrong, he was part British.
That's new to hear, because most of the people that, especially like teenagers that went to Germany, most of them, they're like, everything is, they didn't, maybe because they used to another kind of atmosphere, it was boring for them.
Oh, yalla. Tell me, what do they say about Germany? Go.
They say everyone is old.
That's all of Europe. Next.
The city is like closed after 7, 8.
That's all of Europe. Next.
So, but what else? Like some people, they told like there are too many rules and the taxes are really high.
Taxes are high. Yes, that's true, but not as high as they are in Turkey. You pay, if I'm not wrong, 40% tax on a business. 45 actually. The inflation rate went up by 61%. You really want to compare Europe to this place, or are you talking about?
I mean the income salary.
Income in even in the US, 30% of your income is taxed.
Yeah, but like it's 15. If you're above I think it's if you're above like 30,000 euros a month, you have to pay like 50% of the.
Hear me out, okay?
Okay.
In Turkey, in Iran, in Pakistan, in USA,
in Iran, we don't pay taxes. Anyway.
In Iran, there are no taxes.
It's nothing. If you want to count, it's nothing.
Okay. Point is, you pay tax, but the government keeps it, puts it in their pocket, goes home, asks you to fuck off.
Yeah.
In Germany, and I'm not going to say all of Europe because Italy sucks ass, France sucks ass. Germany and Portugal, don't go to Portugal.
Why? We go back.
We'll get to there.
Yeah.
So, in Germany, if the government is taking money from you, not like you don't see people complaining about it as you do in France. Why? Because they know for a fact that that money is going to be reinvested into society.
Yeah.
Yes, they take money from you. Look at your health benefits. Yes, they take money from you. Look at your educational benefits. Yes, they take money from you. But you don't have to worry about jack shit. Your streets are clean. Your police is there for you. You feel secure. There is no gun violence in Germany. But it exists all over the world.
No.
Because the money they take, they put it back into society, and that makes excellent sense. And I personally believe, I actually wrote a research paper on this. I personally believe it's because Germany is a feminine country. Do you know the difference between a feminine and a masculine state?
I mean, yeah.
What's the difference between a feminine and a masculine state?
I think feminine is like kind of place that like women are like in the power.
No.
What?
Okay. That's what I thought before I began my research.
Okay.
A feminine country is a country where the bosses and the managers are more relationship oriented than money oriented.
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
In a feminine country, and I actually wrote an in-depth research paper on this. If you look at the Global Happiness Index, feminist states and feminist countries have a higher score on the Global Happiness Index compared to the countries that are not a feminist country. Sorry, feminine, not. A masculine country is the one where it's a little harsh. The army controls most of the people, and everyone's just working. It's like a rat race.
Yeah.
In a feminine countries, you get your rights. Basically, a country that is more caring towards its people is a feminine country or a feminine state. A country that just simply goes like, you know what, work, give me a product, give me the results. I don't give a shit about your mental health. I don't give two damns about this. I don't give two damns about that. Just work. That's a masculine country because that's masculine behavior. So, feminine countries tend to be much happier than masculine countries. Why did I start talking about this? I forgot.
We were talking about Germany and about the tax money that goes.
Exactly. No, even if you look at Finland, Sweden, these countries are very feminine, and that is why on the Global Happiness Index they're at the very top.
And they're the most racist in the global states.
They're the most what?
Racist.
I mean, in Germany, I experienced zero racism. Zero.
Zero.
Absolutely zero.
Nice.
I love that place.
I never heard Germans are racist.
Germans are not racist.
I never heard it.
Oh, I remember I was talking about it. After the war, after World War II, most of the men in Germany had died.
Yeah.
So the country was literally built up by women and Turks, by the way.
Turks.
Yeah, Turkey helped rebuild Germany.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's why the highest number of immigrants in Germany is from the Turkish community.
Yeah.
Like every second person in Germany, it's Turkish. Like I walk into a store and it's just a Turkish man. He's like,
I heard that.
Hello, merhaba, alist gut, and they say it in the most Turkish accent ever. And I'm like, you're Turkish, right? They're like, evet, and I'm like, nice. but I did do something that I'm not very proud of. But then again, it brings peace to my heart. I was racist towards Turks in Germany. So racist. I would bully them.
I mean, it's understandable for people who are foreigners and live in Turkey.
Exact, bro. You know this. I've been arrested in Turkey. How many times?
You told me 2 times last time.
I think it's. I don't remember at this point. The police is always stopping me. Anyways. Oh, yeah. 2 times. No. One time I got beaten up by the Turkish police for no reason at all because they felt like it, because I was sitting wrong. I was sitting with one leg on top of the other, and that just enraged the guy, and he just decided to beat me up, throw me on the ground, spat in my face, and put a gun to my head.
Damn.
Thanks, Turkey. Seni seviyorum. And the second time, they just picked me up from, like, I was coming to work. They picked me up from the station and threw me in a van, took me to Esenyurt police station. And I'm going to say this on record. Turkish government, look into this. Fuck you. And, I love Erdogan. Anyways. So.
I mean, who doesn't?
Yeah. They took me to the Esenyurt police station. And over there, they took us into a van and said, what do you have on you? And I was, now. Miss Miliki at the international office told me, oh, the Turkish police, they're not racist. They have the reasons to do this to you. You should not run from the Turkish police. They're so nice. And I was like, okay, cool. I'll believe you. You're a nice woman. You look like I can trust you, yeah?
Okay.
Yeah, they're very racist. Because every single person in the van with me was a person of color. It can't be a coincidence, okay? So they take us into a van. They're like, yeah, what do you have on you?
You're not white. You're not one of them.
Exactly. As if every Turk out there is like
white,
fairy-eyed. Anyways, so they're like, yeah, what do you have? Everyone starts pulling out money. Liras, Saudi riyals, Egyptian pounds, Egyptian liras, Lebanese pounds, and dollars. One dude literally pulls out a stack of dollars, okay? And then they all look at me, and I'm like, Ben Chok Fakira Mabe, Ben Orangium, which means I'm very poor, brother. I am a student. And they're like, nah, pull out all the money you have. I'm like, I literally don't have anything. Okay? So, one by one, the police officer took money from the people, took some of it, gave it to his friend who put it in his pocket, and gave the rest to the people, like, gave the rest back.
Yeah.
And then they took us to another van, the bigger van. And there were the senior officers, and the senior officers asked us, okay, what did you have on you at the time of arrest? And everyone was asked to, like for example, if I had $100, the dude took 30 away from me, I'm only left with 70. Then on paper they're gonna write, at the time of arrest, I did not have any weapons on me and I had $70 on me. The bro just took 30 from me, I had 100.
Yeah.
But then they force you to sign it. So they literally took money from you, they rob you, and legally you can't say shit because you signed a form that says, oh, I only had this much. But at that time, when the senior officers were around, I pulled my wallet out. I'm like, I got the cash, I got stack. And bro, the other officers over there, they were like, what the fuck? Why did you not give us money? I'm like, bro, my money, fuck off. I didn't say that. That's what I was thinking. That's what they were thinking. And anyways, I told them how much cash I had. They wrote it down. They checked my name in the system. They're like, oh, he has the ID card. Yeah. And I was like, no shit. For real? And then, they let me go. But honestly, Turkish police is one of the worst institutions in the world, most racist, most abusive, and I wish death upon them.
You see, the thing is, like, when you live in Turkey, when like foreigners come to Turkey, they think, oh no, Turkish people are so sweet, they're warm to foreigners and stuff like this. But when you actually come here and leave, you realize how fucked up it is.
Because when you come here as a tourist, they want your money.
Yeah.
They're gonna suck your dick for it.
Yeah. But when you're living here, they
They don't
think that you took their money and
Yep.
killed their parents
Yep.
to live here.
Yep,
But they never know we are here because we're spending money.
exactly.
We're giving money to
Fucking
you.
Suryalar, you come into our country, you take our job, you fuck our woman, you make
If-
babies here.
If Syrians and Arabs didn't come here like few years ago in COVID, this country would fucked up.
Yeah.
They had no money,
Uh-huh.
they had nothing to sell, and it was COVID.
Yeah.
So they had to sell houses. And each family that comes to Turkey, at least they spend $1 million.
I have a question.
Yes.
And think about it, yeah?
Yeah.
When you ask a racist Turkish person about why he hates Syria, what does he say?
So they give me this story, most
Uh-huh.
of them. So 10 years ago when Syrians came, we were welcoming, we gave them houses and stuff like this. They used to sleep under the bridge because they had no house. Then the president gave them some cards so they can go and shop. After a while, the population gets bigger, especially in Istanbul, big cities. And after a while, they took houses, they took jobs, so the rent of the houses went up. Everything got expensive. There were no jobs for Turkish people because Syrians they took they took some parts of it. So they're like, because of this, we don't like them, and they add up that they rape girls in here, they kill people in
Pause.
here. Yeah,
They're saying Syrians rape their girls and kill
I mean
their
they
people.
say it.
They say it. I've heard it.
Yeah,
I've heard
yeah.
it so many times. If you look at the statistics, more Turkish people rape and kill women than Syrians.
Yeah.
They hate their own kind.
But you know what's the difference is?
What?
It's like it's our country, but it's not their country.
I'm gonna beat up my wife. You don't touch my woman, okay?
You see.
I mean, my point is the point that I'm trying to make is abuse exists in every culture, in every society.
Yeah.
Okay. Just because, let's suppose there are 2 million Syrians in Turkey. Okay. Let's suppose one Syrian person hits someone, compared to there being 60 million Turks in Turkey, and 1 million Turks hit 1 million women. They're still going to talk about that Syrian, and that's stupid.
This is stupid.
They're like,
And
oh, you're bringing this in our country.
I know what I'm saying. I'm saying I forgot what I'm saying.
I'll go then. The Turkish police officers who beat me up, they were probably influenced by the Syrians living within the community. The Syrians are a very bad influence, and they need to be removed from our society.
I remember. Turkish people are proud of being racist.
Oh yeah, they're actually genuinely proud.
They are proud. They say we are Balkans. We are racist to everyone. Like, what the
Now,
fuck?
before any Turk who's watching this looks at me and goes like, "Oh, you're shitting on Turks, so you're also racist." I'm not. I came here as a kid wanting to pursue my education, and I was told in Pakistan there's this narrative that I don't know about Iran. In Pakistan there's this narrative that Turkish people are so nice, they're so welcoming. Turkish and Pakistani people, they're like best friends. And when I came here, that was not offered to me. So this is me crying, and
But
obviously I'll cry.
Let me tell you something. When you get out of Istanbul, everything changes.
In a good way or a bad way?
What? In a good way.
It's a big city, makes sense.
People are nice. When you go to another city like Izmir, even if you're foreigner, they're nice to you. They don't act racist. They even try their best to help you in English, in direction, anything. Even if you go to villages or small houses, when they see you're foreigners and stuff, they become happy. They're like, oh, you're
A
visiting.
lot of people have told me about that. They're like,
Yeah.
bro, go to a village, they're gonna love the shit out of you.
It's just Istanbul. I don't know about Ankara.
Actually, it makes sense. It makes sense. Like in Pakistan, we have this city called Karachi. And if you go there...
Karachi is near the border of Iran.
It is?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Terrible place. It's one of the most dangerous places in the world. And definitely the most dangerous place in Pakistan. You go there, the second you land, someone's gonna steal your phone, spit on your face, finger your butthole, and say 10 things about your mother. And yeah. So it makes sense because it's a big city. Istanbul is a big city. It's the most populated city in Turkey. So it makes sense. It makes sense for there to be more racism, more hatred in Istanbul. I have not yet experienced anything in other cities.
But if first of all, I really suggest you to go see different parts of Turkey, especially Izmir.
Okay.
Like, if you go to if you visit Izmir once, you never want to live in Istanbul anymore.
I actually have a few friends in Izmir. I should visit.
So this city, I love Izmir. I was there 2 weeks ago, and when I'm there, I'm so happy because everything is much nicer than Istanbul. The streets are clean.
Okay.
People are nice. Prices are cheaper.
Nice.
Like the city looks nice. Istanbul looks nice, but not like Izmir. Because Izmir, the whole city is like it's a coast. Like the whole city, you can see the sea, and people are chill. Yeah, like at nights, people are in this restaurant, cafes, bars, everything. They're having fun. It's a wonderful place compared to Istanbul. Istanbul is a fucking crowded, dirty, but city.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I have friends in Izmir who kept saying you should come to Izmir. You're
Yeah.
gonna like it better there. I'm thinking about going to Izmir now.
You should.
Yeah.
Actually, you should. Like when we were in the bus, we were going to Izmir. I was so excited to go to Izmir, and my friends that never been in Izmir, they're like, "Why you're so hype about it? What is about Izmir?" They went there. The first time they get out of the bus, they were like, "Damn, that city is nice." The whole vibe is different.
Nice.
But another good thing about Izmir, people are lazy. Everything is started after 12. Like it's not that active like Istanbul. Yeah. So back to your trip, backpacking
Europe.
around Europe.
Okay. So, shall I start or do you have a question?
I want to ask you two questions.
Ask.
Best country and worst country that you
Best country, Austria. Worst country, Italy.
Italy.
The worst. I would never recommend anyone to go to Italy. Milan is nice, and Florence. Florence is beautiful, but I made the mistake of going to Rome, as everyone does. Don't go to Rome.
Why?
The second I landed in Rome, for a second I was confused. I was like, did you take the right flight? Like,
Why?
I felt like I landed in Bangladesh. It's just Bengali people over there. Like, every other dude is just Bengali. Like, and I'm like, bro, I thought it was bellissimo, mamma mia. Where is all of that? Like, it was just, and also, when you land in Italy, you can immediately tell that the government there is corrupt. All the roads are broken. There is dirt on the streets. There is like, let me start from the start. Okay, so I was in Budapest. I was flying to Rome from Budapest. Now I made the mistake of taking the best airlines in the world, Ryanair, and they delayed the flight by 2 hours and 45 minutes. Okay. Now, usually when your flight is delayed, you get a compensation of 500 to 600 euros. Yeah. So I called their customer care and I'm like, yo, flight was late, pay up. They're like, how late was it? I was like, 2 or 45 minutes. They're like, it has to be 3 hours late. I was like, yeah, that's technically 3 hours. They're like, no, it's not. Bye, have a nice day. Anything else we can help you with? And they cut the call. Anyways, I was supposed to land in Rome at around 8, but because of the flight being delayed, I landed there at 10 something. Okay. 11, close to 11, okay? I land there. Now, I remembered when I was in Paris, all the city transport shut down at 12. Okay? And I was stranded in Paris. Like, I wasn't really stranded. I actually had fun.
There was a meme about Paris. The guy was a black guy from USA.
Everyone in Paris is black.
No, I mean that's why we have niggas in Paris.
Niggas in Paris.
But
Pakistani, I can say it.
But the guy was from USA and he was black in Paris. It was midnight. Then the police started to chase him. They don't know English. He doesn't know French.
Yeah, I saw that one.
He was running. I was like, I'm not from around here.
That was during the protest. I saw that video.
Really?
Yeah, I saw that video. Okay, so I land in Rome, and I'm like, now my phone, because I spent 2 hours and 45 minutes extra at the airport, my phone was drained. I was using my phone at the airport. So when I land,
there's something called charger in the airport.
I did not take a power bank with me. And as for the charger, I just thought, oh, I have an Android. I'm not an iPhone user. It's gonna last. It didn't. So when I land, my phone is like drained, and I was like, oh, cool, I have to charge my phone. And I'm running around looking for a charger at the Rome airport. I think it was Leonardo da Vinci airport, and I could not find one. Finally, when I found one, it's like 11 something, and I'm like, holy shit, I'm gonna be late. My Airbnb was 2 trains and 1 bus away from the airport, so I had to move.
2 trains and 1 bus.
Yes. So I sat down to charge my phone. Like, it charged just a little bit, and then I decided to run for it. So I run, hop on the first train, take the first train, and I arrive at the station. The entire station's empty. Like there's not a soul at the station, at the train station. Now I was supposed to take a second train and then get on a bus. So I buy the ticket for the second train, and now I'm waiting. The second train was 30 minutes away. I sit down, and this dude walks down,
Yeah.
from the stairs, and he's just looking at me and going like, and I'm like, okay, cool. I just tighten my butthole, hope nothing happens, and he looks at me and he's like, and I'm like, no, this is not how I'm going down. No, and he just looks at me again. He's like, and I'm like, no, not gonna happen. And I ignore him. I just start using my phone. Bro walks up to me, sits down right next to me, and he goes like, "You are a model?" I'm like, "Do I look like a model?" He's like,
You speak English?
he spoke English. He's
Okay.
like, "You look like a model." I'm like, "Really? I'm not a model." I just go back to my phone. And then he's like, "Where are you from?" I'm like, "I'm from Pakistan." He's like, "Pakistan? Where you
Don't tell me he started speaking Paki with you.
No, he didn't. That's another story. You know that story. Okay. So then he goes like, Pakistan? I'm like, yeah. He's like, you're very pretty for Pakistan. Like, thank you so much. Then bro, out of nowhere, just like, I don't remember, because it's been a while, I don't recall what happened, but I think he was, oh yeah, he asked me to flex my muscle. I was wearing a tank top. Yeah.
Continue.
So
We're saying,
he asked me to flex my muscle because I was wearing a tank top, and I'm like, no. And he just tries to touch my bicep, and I get up and I sit on the best bench opposite to the one I was sitting on. I go sit there. Bro walks up to me again. He looks at my phone. He's like, I like your phone. I was like, this is it. I'm getting mugged. I'm like, it's a shit phone. It's not even good. It's broken and shit. He's like, which model? I was like, it's a Samsung, man. Please leave me alone. He's like, and then he goes like, does this have internet? I'm like, yeah. Do you want internet? Do you want hotspot? Is that it? I'll give you hotspot. He's like, no, I want internet on your phone. I was like, not gonna happen, bro. I'm not giving you my phone. I'm not giving you my internet. And I just go back to phone, trying to ignore him. Bro snatches my phone. He's fat as fuck, by the way. Okay. Snatches my phone and runs off. Shoots into the distance. And I have like bags with me, and I'm like, holy shit, what do I do now? And I'm running after him with the backpack, and bro's just running around with all that ass. And then I lose him. And like for, I think 20 minutes, I'm just running here and there looking for the guy. There's no one at the station. And finally, I find him sitting on a bench in the middle of a alleyway. Okay. In the very middle. He's not even hiding. And he's using my phone. So I try to sneak up on him, and bro just turns around and looks at me like, and then goes back to using my phone. I'm like, okay, cool. I walk up to him and I'm like, bro, can I have my phone back? He's like, no problem, come sit. I was like, bro, I need my phone. He's like, no problem, good battery, sit. Okay. Now, I can't snatch it from him. What if he's a psycho and he breaks it? I can't go to report it to the police, because what if he runs off? I can't do shit. I have to just shut up and sit down.
Yeah.
So I sit down, I'm waiting. He's using the phone, he uses it more. Finally, he gives it back to me. And while he's using it, by the way, I see that he's texting people from my account, my Instagram account, sending them pictures, writing them text, and right before he gives it back to me, he just deletes everything.
Nice.
Yeah, not nice at all. Then he gives me my phone back and just sits like this. I take my phone, I run back downstairs to catch the train, and just as I arrive, the train is coming. Bro walks up to me and he's like, come, we sit together. I'm like, bro, fuck you. And I just run to the very last cabin, go hide behind a chair. I don't even say, I just hide behind a chair and just stay there. Finally, when the train starts moving, arrives on the station, I come off, I see that he 2 steps out and he's looking for me. I just run. I catch a bus. Now my battery is like on 5%. I'm like waiting. Okay. I'm checking because I did not know where to go. I had to take an Airbnb, and basically at the Airbnb, when I reached there, I was supposed to look for a lock, unlock it, open the lock, and find keys inside, and then take the keys, enter the house, enter the room, go to my room. Okay. So I'm like shitting myself. What if my phone dies? My phone dies, I'm stranded, and it's like 1-2 a.m. right now. I don't even know what time it is. Okay. So the closer I get to my Airbnb, the more my battery dies. And the second I arrive at my Airbnb, there was like an 8-minute walk. Phone dies.
Damn.
I don't know where to go. Now I'm running around Rome, and by the way, I'm like in the outskirts of Rome, in the very dangerous place. Okay, there are no lights in that area, like just a street light. I'm running around asking people like, first of all, what would you do if you were in my place? What would you do?
First, I would try to find a restaurant or cafe.
Exactly, that's what I try to do. I go from restaurant to restaurant, cafe to cafe, gas station to gas station, looking for a charger. Nothing. Everything's closed. What would you do after that?
I would try to find some people that's sitting in the balcony or something.
Exactly. No people in the balcony, okay? Because apparently that, I don't know how scary that place was. People just chose not to sit in the balcony.
Okay.
So I just start walking up to people. I'm like, do you have a charger? Do you have a power bank? Do you have power? I don't speak Italian. I'm like, do you have power bank? Do you have no one had a power bank. Finally, I see a dude who looks like me, has the same skin tone. So I'm like, hey yo, homeboy. So I walk up to him like, now I'm that guy. I'm like, bro, I did not do this, but I
get that.
Do you have power bank? He's like, no. I'm like, please bro, do you have power bank? And I'm just walking after him. He's going into the street. I'm just following him. I did not want to be scary. He's like, no, go away. And he's just speeding. He's just running faster, and I'm running faster. And I go, bro, I'll give you all the money in my wallet. Keep my passport. Just take me home. Let me charge my phone. And bro just starts running. I'm running after him. I'm like, bro, just give me the power. I know you have a charger. And he just runs out. Then I'm like, okay, fine, I'll stop. I go back to the bus station. I'm like, students are coming at this time. I might find someone. I go back to the station and I'm waiting. Every time someone comes off the bus, I'm like, do you have power bank? No. Do you have power bank? No. Finally, I go and sit down on the bench. I've given up. And then this dude, he's like 5'3" walks up to me and he's like, you want a power bank? I'm like, yeah, I do. He's like, come, follow me. I'm like, oh, I'd bet. Now, you're in a new country. You don't speak the language. You're in a very dark neighborhood. And the dude is walking down a dark alley expecting you to follow him. What do?
Follow him.
Exactly. That's what I did. See? Human behavior.
Yeah.
So I start following him. Now, he didn't say a word, okay? And he was taking us into a very dark, very long tunnel. What do?
I think twice before I go inside.
Yeah. I just tightened my belt, okay?
Yeah.
In case he tries to take it off. And I follow him because I need a charger. I have no other choice. So I'm following him through the tunnel and I'm like, back then I used to have muscles as well, so I'm just like pumping my muscle, like in case he tries to jump me, he can feel my muscles.
I hit the gym. You see,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I just got harassed for going to the gym a second ago, but anyways. So, we're in the tunnel and I'm just shitting myself. But he says nothing. We passed the tunnel and now I don't know, bro, the place we entered, I don't know what it was, bro.
Okay, what was inside?
Because all I see there are just women in their underwears. No clothes, underwears.
Okay.
Underwear and nothing. Just an underwear and heels. Okay? So I'm like, hey, yo. Where am I? Anyways. So we walk up, there's this one woman, okay? The dude I'm with, he walks up to the woman. They meet him. Then all the other women come rushing to him. And then he looks back at me and he's like, my girlfriends. I'm like, sure, buddy, sure. Then they start kissing him. And then I'm like, wow, buddy, wow. And then he comes back and we start walking again. And then he's like, you want a power bank? I'm like, yeah. You want to... I'm like, yeah, I want to connect my phone to a charger. Because he kept doing this. He's like, you want to... I was like, yeah, I want to connect a charger to my phone. Now, the problem was, he did not speak any English. I did not speak any Italian.
Okay.
I spoke more Italian than he spoke English, and I can't speak Italian.
Okay.
So all of this that he was doing, he was speaking in Italian. So everything that I'm saying, he said it in Italian, but I just tried my best to translate it, okay? So he's like, you want to... oh yeah, I want to charge my phone. I just told you. So bro's taking me, we just walk and walk and walk. Finally, we reach this place. It's a shop, yeah? And it's just a lot of Bengali people over there, okay?
Paki people too.
Only Bengali, not Paki.
No
I'll
Paki.
tell you in a second why, I know that. We enter the shop, the guy talks to the Bengali person in Italian and goes like, tells him something, and then the dude goes like, okay, cool. And the guy spoke English. He's like, there's a charger under the fridge. There's a socket under the fridge. Connect the charger, put your phone under the fridge and go sit and wait outside. I'm like, okay, cool. But right before I do that, the dude next to me, the guy who brought me here, he goes like, can I buy beer? I was like, sure. You helped me buy a beer. Of course, straight you said to beer. He got some beer. I got mango juice. We went, sat outside. My phone's charging. Then we start talking. He told me his name. I forgot his name. His name was
Francisco.
no. I forgot his name. Very sweet boy. So we start talking, and then he goes like, no. Then I asked him, what do you do? He's like, I police.
Police.
I was like, okay, cool. He's police. Yeah. And then he goes like, oh. And while we were walking to the store, he asked me, where are you from? And I said, I'm Pakistan. He's like, Pakistan. Pakistan, good boy. Pakistan, very good boy. I was like, I bet. Pakistan's good boy. I felt like a really good kid. Anyways. And then I asked him, what do you do? He's like, I police. I'm like, okay, cool. Then he goes like, this Mafia. Mafia, not good boy. I was like, okay. Then he goes like, this Bangladesh Mafia. Bangladesh, good boy. But this Mafia, not good boy. I'm like, bro, this Mafia, you're police. How does it make sense? And he's like, oh, I civil police.
Civil police?
Do you know what a civil police
No.
is? Basically, self.
Okay, civil police. Yeah, I get it. Okay.
Self, self.
It's a volunteer kind of thing.
No. It's like, bro just called himself the police.
Okay.
He's like, yeah, I'm the one who runs these streets.
Okay,
I'm like, oh, cool, very nice. So, initially, when he was kissing the girls, I thought he was a pimp. Now I thought he was Mafia. Because he was sitting with the Mafia. So, now, I thought he was kidding, calling them Mafia. I just thought lost in translation type of stuff. But when I look around, I see that everyone's concealed carrying. Every single Bengali dude around me either has a knife or a gun. And one dude is literally just showing this other dude his gun. Shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, holy shit, I'm literally in the presence of the Bengali Mafia. I'm like, okay, cool, I need to go inside, get my charger. I go inside and I check my phone was not charging. The charger was not on. I tell the guy, he's like, is this my fault? You have 5 minutes, charge your phone and fuck off. I'm closing the store. I'm like, okay, cool. I turn on the charger, the phone is charging this time. I go sit back outside and now I'm shitting myself. Because there are dudes around me with gun. Now, some of them walk up to the guy next to me. I forgot his name. I can't remember his name. It started with the P. And then they just dab him up. And then they start talking in Italian. And then one of the Bengali dudes asks him, where is this kid from? And he goes like, oh, he's from Pakistan. And they all look at me and everyone walks up. Bro, these people walk. I'm sitting on the floor, by the way. I'm sitting on a floor.
That's a scary moment.
Yeah. I'm sitting on the floor and these... Bro,
brother.
Salam alaikum.
عليكم السلام يا حبيبي شو اخبارك؟
Shokh Barak.
شو اخبارك؟ So let's do the clap thing again. 1, 2, 3.
Fuck yes. Okay.
Yep. We're back again after we had some technical issues and some milk
Audio.
problems.
Anyways. So,
you were talking about the
dude at the store. So, Mafia
the
guys.
bangi, they come around you and you're
Yeah.
like
They're all
scared.
now. I'm on the floor and they're standing around me. Okay. So like I'm at the deck level and they all have guns over there. I'm shitting myself. I'm like, they're
Question: Bangladesh and like Pakistan, they have good relations or like no?
No.
They're people. not the
Bangladesh
girl.
used to be a part of Pakistan, but then they took our independence from us. Their independence from us. So technically, we broke up. We were dating for a while, then we broke up. Bangladesh and Pakistan.
Nice.
Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, and then one of the guys goes like, because there was only one Bengali guy who spoke Urdu. Actually, he spoke Hindi. He looks at me. He's like, "Aap Pakistan se ho? You are from Pakistan?" I'm like, "Yeah." And I start talking in like really pure Urdu. जी हजूर मेरा ताल्लुक पाकिस्तान से मैं इस्लामाबाद शहर से and then bro just stops hopping and everyone just hopping up and down with their guns bouncing in their waistline and I'm like what is going on and then they
Come
just
closer to the mic.
yeah. And I'm like bro what's going on and then they just calm down and just scatter about and just let me be. Anyways, so I go back inside, I unplug my phone and the dude charged me €5 for the phone charging. You know how much €5 is? A lot.
I mean, sure.
€1 is 30 lira, so €5 is 31 actually. So it's a lot. Anyways, and
No, when I came here, how much was it?
€5.
No, how much was €1 when I came to Turkey?
When? How much?
It was, I think, like 11, 12.
Yeah, we fucked. It's a failed society. Anyways, so from there, my phone had only charged like 8% in 5 minutes. So the guy next to me, I forgot his name. He goes like, don't worry, we go black boy. I was like, what? He's like, black friend, I have black friend. We go black friend, very good boy. We charge phone.
I love how all of them they use very good boy.
Very good boy, very good boy. So I'm like, alright, bet. Now we're going to do some black boys. I'm scared. So I'm just thinking, this is what my mom warned me about. This is what happens to pretty boys in big cities. We're walking, and we walk quite some time before we arrive at this building. Okay. Now the building was around so much, like it was in a really, really dark place, and there's this really big black dude standing outside the building, and I swear to God, wallah, okay, he looks, uqsum billah, he looks like the Big Shark. His hand is this big. And now he, like the short guy next to me, I like if he tried to bounce me, I would have done something. This dude, if he tries to bounce me, I'm gonna spread my legs wide because I need to survive, bro. So he just pulls his hand out, and I just shake. Everything in my body shakes, okay? But then I just notice he's just giving me a fist bump. So I give him a fist bump. I go inside. I don't know why he gave me a fist bump, and he was just smirking. He's like nice. I don't know why he said that until I entered the building. Do you know where I was?
Where?
I was at a brothel.
What?
A whorehouse.
Okay.
That night I saw more tits than I have in my entire life. And trust me, I've seen stuff in my entire life. Bro, every woman there's butt naked.
So you were walking with the boner the whole way.
No, I wasn't. I was scared. I just met a big black dude. I was scared. Bro, there was no boner. It was all up inside. I felt it in my throat anyways. So, yeah, I was scared as shit. I was like, holy shit. And then they're all just like, hello, and they're like, oh, pretty boy, like in the most Italian accent, oh, pretty boy, oh, mamma mia. Okay, and I'm just like, okay. And then the dude next to me, he's like, no, come. And then he took me to a really nice lady she was a bartender. And he's like, he wants to charge a phone. The woman, she spoke English, okay? So she was like, how can I help you there? I'm like, ma'am, I just need to charge my phone, ma'am.
I'm scared.
Yeah. And then she's like, don't worry, sweetheart. And then she signaled two black boys, and they came and they set up a table and a chair for me right next to a charging port. So I sat down, charged my phone, and sat down. And the dude next to me, I need to remember his name. His name was, I forgot his name. Anyway, so I'm gonna remember it eventually. Anyways, so we sat down. He ordered a coffee. I paid for the coffee as well. Bro literally drank beer and then he was drinking coffee. So he's sipping on his coffee. I'm just sitting there, and we just make some small talk. And then I noticed that my phone had reached like super fast charging. You know,
Samsung.
Android. And my phone had charged up to like 25%. I'm like, listen, I go home, I sleep. He's like, okay, come, let's go. We go, I thank the lady. I'm like, thank you so much. She's like, no problem, sweetheart. Anything else I can help you with? And then she's just singing to the entire store she had set up of ladies. And I'm like, I'll pass.
I'll pass.
Thank you. Anyway, I don't want STDs. So we go back walking. And while we're walking, the dude tells me, now, initially I thought he was a pimp. Then I thought he was Mafia. Now I had no fucking clue what he was. But then he revealed to me, because now I had a phone. I had Google Translate. I used Google Translate, and we made proper conversation on Google Translate of that. He told me that he was from Albania, okay? And he had been living in Italy for 4 years now. And
he was a real mafia then. He was from Albania.
He wasn't even Mafia. He was not a pimp. He was a prostitute. Yeah.
Question: male to male prostitute or okay.
And it all just added up. You know.
You wish he was.
You want to. I wanted to, but not the one he wanted.
You wish he was a mafia or a police.
I was wishing he were Mafia, but he was a male prostitute, and he was such a sweetheart. Like the way he was walking, it made sense. The way he was being sweet and nice to me, it made sense. And Pakistan being a good boy made sense. Bangladesh Mafia being a good boy made sense. Anyways, So
Fucking God.
yeah, I reached my Airbnb, bro walked me all the way back, and then I think he was trying to ask me for money in Italian. I'm like, listen man, so poor, I have nothing, I don't have money. And then I shook his hand, but then I was like, fuck, I have AIDS now. So we go inside.
For people information, you don't get AIDS from your hand.
Yeah, I just thought I did.
Yeah, just to make give
Anyway.
out some general information.
Yeah. Anyways, so I find the lock. I open now. I input the password. I take out the keys. I find the door. I open the door. I go to my room.
Finally.
I lay down on the bed, and the entire night I just stayed up staring at my hand. And there were so many mosquitoes in that room. And yeah, Rome success. Rome success.
I mean, yes. You. So next time when you go on a trip, bring a power bank.
And a glove.
What?
And a glove.
So, but based on what you told me, you have another worse country.
Oh, yeah, Netherlands. Okay, here's the thing, yeah? Hear me out. All parents and people who might become parents quite soon. If your child walks up to you and goes like, hey yo, I want to go to Amsterdam with my friends, just, you know what? Kill your kid. Kill your kid. Just finish it. Why?
Honestly, I want to go for master there.
No, you don't.
Not Amsterdam, Rotterdam.
Okay, here's the thing. Netherlands is currently facing a housing crisis. So even if you go, you're not going to find a place to stay. If you find a place to stay, it's going to be like 1,000, 2,000 euros.
Damn.
It's like New York. And the 2,000 euro place that you're going to be living in, it's going to be like, you're going to be crashing in someone's bathtub for that. I'm not kidding, it's very expensive. The housing crisis is insane in Amsterdam right now. That being said, Amsterdam is just sex and drugs, nothing else.
I mean, they call it that.
It's just
They
sex
have
and
a
drugs.
song for it.
Yeah. It's a terrible place. I wouldn't go there. Anyways. So, here's how I went to Amsterdam. I had a friend, Peter, very sweet boy. Peter,
Not a good boy?
Very good boy. Very good boy. Anyways. So, he was going from Germany, Frankfurt to Amsterdam to Holland, okay? And I was like, yo, can I hitch a ride? His dad was picking up in a car. He's like, oh, okay. So I just hopped in the car, like I did not even pack anything. All I had was a phone, a wallet, and that's it.
No charger.
No
Okay.
charger, as usual. And because I like...
Didn't learn from before.
Yeah, no. I went to Italy after Netherlands.
Okay. Okay.
So Netherlands I went first. So I did not learn from Netherlands. So, because I like being spontaneous. If someone's going to another country, I'm like, I'd bet, count me in. Okay. So I just hopped in
I'm
the car.
going to Iran this summer. You gonna come?
Where are you going?
Iran.
That's my favorite place in the world. No. So I just hopped in the back seat and we drove all the way to Netherlands. Amazing car ride. We reached Netherlands. He dropped me off in Arnhem, and from Arnhem I explored Arnhem for a while. And from Arnhem I went to Amsterdam. Okay. I arrive in Amsterdam. Just sex and drugs. When I say sex and drugs, I mean you're walking down the street. Every single store, like obviously there are sex stores all over the world.
Yeah.
There are sex shops in Turkey as well.
But they don't show it to people.
Exactly. But in Amsterdam, clear windows, there's a mannequin right outside with a mouth gag, with some BDSM shit.
You know what I'm really surprised?
Yeah.
I want to see the kids of Netherlands.
Bro, obviously they're going to be traumatized growing up. The jal is going to come from Netherlands.
What question? Do you think it's a good thing that teach your kids about sex?
At a certain age, yes.
What age? Which age do you suggest?
When the child is hitting puberty, because that's when the child has so
So
many
you mean
hormones.
for girls for it's 9?
Yes, girls become more mature than men earlier on.
So you should tell your girl when she was 11, 12.
And that's actually better, because when a girl is 11, 12, you tell them, listen, all guys want is to have sex. Beware. That's good. There's nothing wrong.
Everyone want to fuck a 15-year-old.
It's not wrong. Like, growing up, even if the second the child becomes aware of themselves, tell a child, good touch, bad touch. Okay? Exactly. So after that, when a child begins to touch puberty, you tell the child, listen, now your body is going, for women, your body is going to start going through some changes. What kind of changes? Now your body is capable of bearing fruit. Your body is capable of having a kid, and
Yeah.
because of that, your body has this excellent system in it where it keeps filtering the blood in case you want to conceive a baby. You
Yeah.
don't want to conceive a baby right now, obviously, no. But your body is preparing itself.
Yeah.
How does it do that? In the form of periods, menstruation.
Yeah.
You teach your daughter that, or your younger sister, or whatever. Okay. You teach them that, they're aware of it, and in the meanwhile, boys are still too dumb. They're just still
Yeah.
eating dirt.
Oh.
Okay? They're not doing shit right now.
If you want to answer.
No, I don't. So,
No, I don't.
so now, after a certain age, once girls get used to the idea of going through that change in their body, boys are still eating booger. They don't know what life is. Then you can
Exactly.
reveal to them, listen, now you need to be more aware of your surroundings. You need to be more aware of men. Why? Because men too have these changes in their body.
Yeah.
And the changes that men experience, they too. Now, or like a woman, she can get rid of these things in a natural process. Men can't.
Yeah.
Men relieve themselves in a process that might seem to us as rather disgusting, but that is what it is. And because they cannot get rid of it, it leads to two things: either anger or frustration. Frustration can be relieved in the form of sexual frustration.
Yeah.
And for that, they, in most cases, depend on women. So women need to be careful. Do you have a question?
Yeah. One thing I always tell girls that like guys trick girls with this, that like when they want to go in a relationship, they say, "Oh, I don't want sex in a song." I'm like, there is no fucking guy on this planet that dates a girl and doesn't want any kind of sexual interactions. Am I wrong? No, you're wrong. I'm not wrong. Based on my experience, all of the guys want it.
You've dated men
Based on the experience I had
with men.
with guys I want to date,
Guys you wanted to date?
guys that want to date.
Okay.
Okay, what if I'm gay? What do you want to do?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Happy for you. Yeah. I have this really nice prostitute friend of mine you're gonna love. Very
No.
good boy.
No, what I mean is like, I heard this a lot. That guys say, I don't want a sexual. Like, you can tell from the guy he wants it, but he doesn't. He acts like, no, I don't
He
want
has
it.
better control over it, you can say that.
What?
He has better self-control over himself.
No, it's not about self-control. I saw lots of situations that guy used this as a way
To manipulate girls?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that too. Every day. I see it every day. Oh no, baby, I don't love you for your body. I just want to be with you for the
Yeah.
feeling.
I'm not saying there's no guys that like they don't want any sexual
Listen,
interest.
okay. First of all, sex, it is a human need. It's a necessity. Okay, sex is natural. We
Yeah.
need to stop, stereotyping sex as disgusting because
Yeah.
it's not. It's natural. What's
I
disgusting
mean, we
is
came to this world with sex.
exactly your parents had sex. Mine and my mom's a virgin. Anyways, so
You're Jesus or something?
yeah. So,
Tacky Jesus.
Yeah, thank you. Now, what's wrong and what I personally condemn is lack of sexual control. Sexual discipline is crucial. If
Yeah.
you look at Lut alayhi salam, I'm bringing some religion into it. I'm very sorry. I don't know if your podcast allows religion. Does it allow religion?
Yeah,
with
anything
it?
in here is free.
Your audience is not going to cancel you.
What?
Your audience is not going to cancel you.
I don't care. If
Are
they
you
don't
going
like
to
they
be
don't
wajibul qatl after this?
No.
No. Okay.
I don't censor anything.
Okay, cool. So, Lut alayhi salam, what did his people, okay, and it's in the Quran, when Allah sent down the angels and the people were like, send these angels out to us. We know you have these men with you, send them out so we may have 60 time with them. Okay, what does that tell you? That tells us that they did not have sexual control. That tells us that his people lacked sexual discipline, and that is what Allah condemned. Lack of sexual discipline. You need to have control over your sexual frustration. You need to have control over your desires. So if you are with one woman, this is what I believe, okay? And you might say, oh, you are so haram. If you're with a single woman, okay? And everyone knows you're with that lady.
Yeah.
And everyone knows that you respect that lady. And if you are being intimate with that lady, it's completely natural.
Yeah.
What's wrong is you're fucking every single girl you see.
Yeah.
Or you're fucking every single guy you see, in your
Yeah.
case.
You know what I say? I say sex is the highest level
Of intimacy.
What?
Of intimacy.
What is office and
Intimacy.
Intimacy. Yeah. I think it's the highest level that two people can show their love. It's not necessarily some people, because of religion wise, they don't want to do it, or some people they just have personal reasons they don't want to do it. I know lots of girls that they're not that religious, but they want to stay virgin until they get married.
I know a lot of girls who are very religious and who have sex on a daily basis.
It does. Being religious doesn't really says anything in this conversation. But I mean, like, one of my friends have a good quote. She's like, the guy is inside you, so that's the best. That's the closest way you can get to a girl. This is the closest way that two people can get it.
Yes.
Big with each other.
I wouldn't know, man, because never tried it. But
I tried it. I know.
You're gonna say it on camera?
I don't care.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't.
So-
I don't know what it feels like. I can't really comment on it.
So you see, it depends. It really depends. If you actually love someone and you have sex, that feels amazing.
Wouldn't know.
Okay, wouldn't know,
Wouldn't know.
but you can imagine.
Imagination is all I have.
So, but if you don't love someone, the only good part of it is 20 minutes after it. After 20 minutes, you're like, fuck what I did. What did I do that?
Wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know. Now I'm talking based on experience.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So after that, you're like, why I did that? What was wrong with me? So I think they have this taboo, especially in Middle East, that you shouldn't talk about sex, you shouldn't do that. Men shouldn't know that the girl is in period and stuff like this. And I think it's bullshit.
So you think what's going on in Netherlands is okay?
No, that's not okay. That's totally not okay.
Okay.
But I mean, find the balance.
Exactly. Yes. Netherlands lacks that balance. When you go to Netherlands, all you see is I kid you not. I have pictures and videos in my phone. I'll share those with you in a bit. It just
I think
dildos
YouTube
everywhere.
doesn't let me show them.
Bro, publicly, it's available for public viewing. Okay. There's a mannequin who's peeing in the mouth of a man. I have a video of that. I'll show it to you.
The fuck is
Okay.
going on?
And
in that
there are sex
country?
museums. There are weed museums.
Sex museum.
Yes.
What they showing?
Bro, forget sex. You can go. You can watch live sex in Netherlands. Yeah, live sex. Like on a stage, a bunch of people are just gonna have sex with one another, and you just sit down and watch. Like, why? What is this cuckery?
What's wrong with that?
It's a fucked up society. That's what I'm saying. Now, I did not even book a hostel or a hotel in Amsterdam. I was like, I bet I'm just gonna chill around the entire
Chill
night.
around.
The entire night. Then I'm just gonna, explore the city. Now, I was told. I looked up all the places in Amsterdam worth visiting, and I visited them all. Okay, and every place I went to, almost every place except for Anne Frank's house. That was not a whorehouse. Fortunately, every place was a whorehouse. Every place was selling weed. Like, you go to a coffee shop, weed, LSD, acid, whatever you want. Mushrooms, you want mushrooms? Take mushrooms.
Every time I told someone that like I want to study master in Netherlands, they're like, they come close to me like, do you smoke weed? I was like, no, I don't smoke weed.
Then why Amsterdam?
Why Amsterdam? Exactly. I was like, I do some research and stuff. Was like, no, the society is fucked up, but the job opportunities and the universities are good.
Job
Especially for
opportunities in
my
Netherlands?
major. For my major, yeah.
Okay. What's your major?
Yes.
Fashion design?
Nah, I'm not gay.
That's why I said fashion design. What is it? Business? Something business?
Because I'm Iranian, you thought I'm studying business.
White BMW, I don't know.
White BMW. I'm a real estate agent. I wear Dior Sauvage. No, I'm computer engineer.
Huh?
Computer engineer.
Ah, you're in my field. Like the field that my people are in.
Yeah.
I'm business.
You're the failure of the family.
He's not wrong.
I mean, either doctor or engineer. You're
Yeah.
none of them. You
Anyways.
study business, right?
Yeah.
Business.
Yeah. Tell someone in Pakistan that I'm studying business outside, they're gonna go like, why? Anyways. So
Question. One.
what?
When we are in this topic, is it actually true that parents are like they think their child is a failure if they don't study medicine, being a doctor or an engineer, or it's just a meme on social media?
No, it's not a meme, it's true.
It's true.
Why? Because you need a really high merit, a really high score to either become a doctor or an engineer. And if your child cannot score that merit, then he wasn't good academically.
And one other question: does that, if you don't get in the exam, you're studying art, for example, because you like art, does that change the perspective of the society towards you?
Yes. Why? Because it primarily, first of all, it changes the perspective of your parents towards you, which just destroys you. Why? Because you need to understand that in Pakistan, the gap between the first class and the lower class, it's very, very wide. Most of the people in Pakistan are middle class or lower middle
I mean,
class.
the middle class
Lower
is
middle
outside.
Lower middle class.
Yeah. No, I mean the middle class of Pakistan, they're working outside the country. They're not in Pakistan.
No, that's not entirely true. Most are working outside, but there are many. Bro, we are 268 million if I'm not wrong.
But like one Pakistani told me, like most of the money that comes to Pakistan is from the people that
Yes.
work outside.
Yes, that's true. Because our currency is shit. Not because everyone's outside. Okay?
But everyone is outside.
Everyone is out. I'm outside. Now, the thing is, parents depend on their child to help them break free from poverty. Okay?
Yeah.
And when a child does not, like, if a child. Now, the thing is, there are different types of intelligence. There's creative intelligence, social intelligence, there is business intelligence, there is mathematical intelligence, artistic intelligence, which is also creative intelligence. You get the point.
Yeah.
In Pakistan, because everyone is surrounded by poverty, we only view intellectual intelligence, either becoming doctor, lawyer, engineer, as the only intelligence. If you're creative, you're just useless. Because creative fields do not have a high merit. In other countries, creative fields also have the same merit.
Yeah.
In Pakistan, no. Because everyone's going towards medical and engineering, it has a very high merit. No one's going towards filmmaking, very low merit. You need to get like 60% to
But
get into
question, did it actually help the society of Pakistan to grow? That everyone wants to be doctor and engineer?
it is actually bad for us. Why? Because it makes the field of because universities have a quota, they cannot place everyone, so they raise their merit. They're like, okay, yalla, get this much, then you're gonna come, because more people are applying in that field. So it just fucks everyone up. It does not help, because everyone's applying to be a doctor. It's killing your dreams, killing your ambitions, putting your interests aside, going towards one thing that your parents want you to be. Okay?
Yeah.
First you've killed your dreams. Okay? Now you're going towards that. Now you're killing yourself studying something you do not love. You've done that. Now the people who did not get in, they're gonna literally kill themselves because they feel like they're a failure. Okay.
Yeah.
Now they go for another field, not that. Now everyone's gonna go like, oh, you're a dentist. Is it because you couldn't become a doctor? Oh,
Really?
you're a vet. Is it because you couldn't become a dentist? Oh, you're a physiotherapist. How stupid were you?
You know what I say? I say like society, for the sake of working. If the society wants to work, you need everything. You
Yes.
need everyone
Yes.
from every major.
Yes.
You need people to make films.
Yes.
And I think in a society, people who study arts, like filmmaking, music production, artists, I think they have a heavier duty than like doctors and
I agree with that.
Because those people are the people that, like, first of all, they have to keep the culture.
That's a restriction, yeah.
Yeah. And at the same time, they can show their culture to other countries. And the other thing is they can grow a culture.
Okay.
Like, they can add a new thing to the culture. They can, by making films, you can change a lot of people. So we have the same thing in Iran. Okay.
Film, music, advertisements, soap operas, they have a huge impact on society and culture, because cultural norms are broken through films and media.
And funny thing, if you don't do it, you have the people get it from outside the country.
Yeah.
Then the
oh,
culture will
foreign
get fucked.
culture.
Then the culture will get fucked up.
Oh, you think you are Western now?
Yeah.
This is not
this
a,
westernization happen in Pakistan?
we did not have foreign companies coming into our country to make movies.
No,
However,
I mean people.
yes, there was this movie called Joyland. It won a lot of awards, but it was not accepted by people inside Pakistan. They were like, how dare you? Basically, it was a movie about, I haven't watched the movie, I just know what goes on in the movie. And if I'm not wrong, it was a movie about a man loving theater and falling in love with a trans person, something like that.
American.
What do you mean? It's not American. It's, again,
No,
it's,
I mean
love is
American movies.
Love is a natural emotion. It exists in our culture as well. I know a lot
Bro,
of people.
you're a Muslim. You cannot say that.
Love is a natural emotion. It exists in everyone. You don't have control over who you love.
You don't have.
You do not have control over who you love.
So you say you're okay with gay and lesbian marriages?
Yeah, absolutely.
As a Muslim, you're okay with it.
I'm okay with that. Yeah.
Technically, you cannot be okay with it unless you're an open-minded Muslim.
There is no such thing as open-minded Muslim.
I mean,
There is either a Muslim or practicing Muslim, semi-practicing or not practicing. There is no such thing as
because
open-minded.
the thing you just said is like, because there is a whole story about it, homosexual in Islam.
Yeah.
There's a whole.
And that story I interpreted as a lack of sexual discipline.
Okay, so but in Islam, having any kind of homosexual intercourse is like is haram
Okay,
for.
here's the thing. If you go have sex with a woman as a man, it's as haram as a man having sex with a man outside of marriage. And in Islam, you can't have sex outside of marriage. So Islam just lays out a clear outline. You can't marry a man, okay? You can't have sex with anyone outside of marriage. So if you're having sex outside of marriage, it's wrong, okay?
Yeah.
And if you're having sex with a man outside of marriage, it's as wrong as you having sex with a woman
Can
outside.
you marry a man in Islam?
You can't marry a man in Islam.
A man can marry a man in Islam.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
Man can't marry a man in Islam, but a man can legally marry a man.
Legally, yes, but Islamically,
in
no.
Islam, no. But
What happens if you do it?
people will kill you. However, it should not take away from the fact that you can no longer practice your religion.
Yeah.
Like you can have love for your Lord and love for another man as a man, or love for another woman as a woman. Just because you love an individual does not mean you can't love your Lord.
I'm not against loving it. I'm totally fine.
Okay.
Like with the whole LGBTQ thingy, I'm okay until they don't shove it in my ass. They don't shove it to my kid.
Listen, you're not that cute.
What?
You're not that cute.
I'm talking about the whole community.
They're all trying to fuck you.
I mean, they just try to put it in my head
How?
that like being gay is okay. You can be gay, and especially to my kids.
You have
Imagine-
kids?
You fucking idiot. I mean, imagine I have kids.
Okay.
Do you like your kids to be gay?
Honestly, if they are, I would accept them for who they are.
Really?
Yeah.
That's an interesting answer.
I would not mind.
You're
it.
the first person in this podcast that said it's fine.
Really?
Yeah.
Who have you been inviting? Mehdi. Oh yeah.
Mehdi didn't say anything about it. Anyway, yeah, I was like, yeah, the whole gay thing is fine until they don't bother others. They just have their own thing.
My take is, yes, you're right. They should not shove it in our faces. Like, oh, the idea of gay, rainbows, lesbians are amazing. Okay? It's just something, again, homosexuality is something that should be personal to you. What you want to do in bed with someone is something personal to you.
Exactly.
Okay.
So why they have a month?
The month is for people, because you need to understand that in our society there are a lot of people who are still lying to themselves. Okay? And the reason why I support it is because in Pakistan I've seen these people in front of my own eyes. There are men who are married to women and have kids, and they're actually gay. They're going out cheating on their wives with other men.
Yeah.
Wrong. Okay? Because you're ruining yourself by cheating on another woman. You're living in guilt. You're lying to yourself. You're bringing yourself psychological trauma. Then you just had sex with another man. Now you're going in because society asked you to do it, having sex with a woman as well, having kids with her because society expects you to have kids. Because if you don't, you're not man enough.
You know, this morning I tweeted something. I don't know if you saw it or not.
Do I follow you on Twitter?
I just said the fact that people say something doesn't necessarily make it correct.
Okay. That's absolutely true.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of closeted individuals in our society who
Yeah.
are like, because listen, if you don't like, okay, it's like me asking you, do you like men?
What do you mean?
Do you like men? Sexually?
No.
Great. You have to marry a man.
No.
You have to marry a man. A man is gonna put it in your butthole. You have to do it. You can't say
I
no.
get what you mean.
No, you have to do it. You have to do it. What do you mean you like women? That's
I will
disgusting.
marry you if you say one more time.
Point is, that's how gay men are treated in our societies.
I know. I'm not saying that we don't need like, yes, we should inform people about it.
Uh-huh.
And it should be fine to all of the society, especially to Middle East.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm saying, do you really think they do this LGBTQ month, quote unquote, the Pride Month, for the sake of informing people?
It is for the sake of informing people at the end of the day. The way they do it, I do not agree with. The way they do it, like men dressed up as dogs running around the
Bro,
street.
I have gay friends that they are totally against LGBTQ.
More than half of my friends are gay.
Are they supporting their community? What they're doing?
they don't talk about it. They're just gay.
Yeah.
They know who else is gay. They just
That's
mingle
what I'm
amongst
talking
themselves.
about. Like, I have friends, we talked about it, they say the community is doing some things
The community
that
is a bit toxic.
they say that community is doing some things that make us look bad.
Yes, that's true.
That's what I'm saying.
I agree with you.
If you want to inform people, there are different ways.
Yes, I agree.
You shouldn't, like, a man shouldn't go to kindergarten and twerk in front of them.
That's that I agree with. No one does it but okay.
You see, in USA, they does it. They do it.
Actually, that's
There are
disgusting.
videos,
That's
like, drag queens going to middle schools and stuff. They're
Listen, I love drag queens.
like, elementary school.
I've been to so many drag shows. I'm not kidding. I love drag
Netherlands.
queens. Bro, not in Netherlands. In Germany, there was a gay bar right behind my house.
Nice.
And yeah, and I've
they
been
call
there.
it a good boy too.
Nah, they didn't. But the drag queens were so nice. They were so sweet, and the way they danced, bro, amazing. Like you couldn't tell it was a man under that hood. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that if you want to inform people, there are thousands of ways.
Mm-hmm.
Not by this.
You're right.
For example, if you want to make people do something that is beneficial for the environment,
Mm-hmm.
you don't suddenly force everyone to use something. You educate people. You tell them, for example, using plastic is bad. You don't wake up one day and say no more plastic these days.
Bro, whoever says that, they're literally like anti-plastic, anti-oil people. I do not really get them.
In the 90s, they told people that use paper, they use plastic instead of paper because
Yeah.
the rainforest is getting destroyed.
Yeah.
In the, what they call it? 2000s. In the 2000s,
Early 2000s.
they told people no, use paper instead of plastic because plastic is destroying the ocean.
Yeah, it's destroying the ocean. It's killing fish. Now,
Yeah.
how about some sushi? Yeah.
Yeah. And the other thing I hate is the car industry nowadays.
No, listen. Here, okay. I personally believe that every vehicle that we're using for the purpose of logistics, for mass transport of goods, should have oil. Okay? But us day-to-day lives or cars, they should be made electric. Unless they're being electrically charged by burning crude oil and coal.
Well, question. Where
Yeah, that's true.
Bro, the thing is, you say electric cars.
Yeah.
Where the electricity comes from?
Mostly it comes from burning fossil
Same
fuels.
shit. But they wanna, like, I think some people that they say we care about the environment and the earth, they don't know this fact. What they call the renewable energies, they're not that efficient.
Nuclear energy is very efficient.
Until now,
Uh-huh.
they're so expensive. Not every country has it.
Iran has it.
If Iran has it, you know, funny thing, we have the hottest desert on earth.
Really?
Yeah. We have the hottest spot in Iran.
Isn't it Sahara?
What? No, it's actually the name is funny. We call it Kavile Lut.
Huh?
Kavile Lut. Yeah.
Why does it have loot in it?
I don't know. They call it Kavile Lut.
Okay.
So yeah, that's the hottest place in there. So there was a scientist in Iran. He was like, if the government, instead of putting all of this money in nuclear energies, they put it in solar panels and put it there, we didn't need any other source of energy.
Why don't they do it?
But why they don't do it?
Because it's not cheap. It's very expensive.
No,
The maintenance cost is very high.
Yes, and if they do it, they lost some benefits.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The oil industries control everything. They're
Yeah.
going,
A guy a few years ago, I don't know if Emin heard this story. A guy a few years ago, he made a car that works with water.
Yeah, they killed him.
Yeah, the
They
guy got disappeared.
Bro, they killed him. They poisoned him, and before dying, he was like, they poisoned me.
Yeah. So, and one thing I understand from the word is like, when we go into some direction, there is something behind it that we don't know.
Yes.
Someone is benefiting from this.
Yes.
And other than against it, they have some contracts between each other that we don't know.
Yes.
if all of the cars go electric, what's gonna happen to this huge industry of oil?
Also, mining batteries, lithium mining. You know what it like how
Yeah.
toxic that industry is. The little kids working in Africa for it.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, that's healthy.
yeah. This is the question I ask everyone. Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
In 10 years, I see myself being a renowned published author, and I see myself working somewhere in the field of media, and yeah, that's it.
So you like writing?
I love writing.
What kind of writing?
Currently, I'm working on my second book, but my first novel. I came up with the name like a while ago, like a few weeks ago. I'm about done with it. I can't reveal the name now. I'm going to reveal the name like when I do the cover announcement and stuff like that. But currently, the book that I'm writing, it's about it's a horror fiction. However, I wouldn't really call it fiction because each and every experience, each and every paranormal activity, each and everything in the book, it's from a real experience. For this book, I interviewed around 17 people who have had paranormal experiences in their life.
Damn, what kind of experiences? Like,
Multiple. I interviewed people who claim to have been married to jinns. I've interviewed people who were raped by jinns. I've interviewed people who lost a sibling to possession.
damn. So you see yourself as a author for the rest of your life?
I'm always going to be a writer. Like, even if I jump into business, even if I jump into media, I'm always going to be a writer at
So
heart.
it's mostly a hobby than a
It's not
career.
a hobby. A hobby is something you do to take your mind off of things. It's a passion.
Okay, makes sense.
Because currently I'm working as a creative strategist. I did not have to write this, but I still did because I like writing. And like, I have this diary. It's a really cool diary.
Yeah, it's cool.
I write in it from time to time every idea that I have, and then I turn that into a bigger piece, and then I sell that piece.
Dear diary, today.
You wanna hear something?
Yeah. Why not? Sure.
I mean, pick something. Just say stop. Okay. Okay. I clutch the weight of the unresolved. The burden of withheld truths strangle my voice. Emotions once suppressed are now ghosts that relentlessly torment. Khair, my fate's inscribed within Kitabul Qadr, the solemn tome of my unworthy existence.
Damn. That was nice.
Thank you. So yeah, point is, I've always been a writer. I've been writing for as long as I can remember, since I was a child. And most of the money that I make today, it's by selling my verses, selling my poetry, and selling scripts, writing scripts for people, writing articles. So I'm always gonna stay a writer,
That's
whether it's
nice.
for money or not.
That's nice that you have this kind of passion. I always had this lack of sharing my thoughts. Doesn't matter speaking about it or just writing it down. I always have this problem of sharing my thoughts. I think about something, it's so clear in my mind, but when I want to say it, I cannot say it. Even in Farsi, this my, because for a time being I thought it's because I'm trying to explain in English, but then I tried to explain in the Farsi. I was like, same shit. I cannot find words, especially for my emotions.
Okay.
I cannot explain my emotions.
The first step is to pick up a pen.
What?
The very first step is to pick up a pen. Pick up a pen, pick up a piece of paper, and start writing. Write every single thing that comes close to describing how you might feel, okay? Like, your emotions are all over the place. Just start describing it one by one.
You know, the thing is, when I try to do that, when I'm trying to do it, there is no words in my head.
When was the last time you decided to write?
1 month ago.
I do it every day. You need to do it every day.
No.
Why not?
Because every time I'm trying to do it, suddenly my mind is blank and I have nothing in it. And I'm just looking at the paper. I'm trying to remember words, but I cannot remember any words.
Then I would advise you to, every time there is a thought in your head and you feel like it's something that can be inked down, pick up your phone, record it in your voice notes. I do that.
That's nice. Next
Or just
question.
tweet it immediately. You have your phone.
That's why I have Twitter. Like, my Twitter is like self notes.
My Twitter is just poetry.
Poetry? Nice. You should follow me. I should follow you in Twitter. Sexual poetry. Nice. Good boy.
Yeah.
So, next question.
Yes.
If you could go back in your timeline anytime you want, and you're allowed to tell yourself one sentence and only one sentence, what would you tell yourself?
Stop being scared.
Stop being scared?
Stop being scared.
Scared of what exactly?
Growing up, I was scared of everything. I was scared of being accepted. I was scared of saying what I felt. I was scared of a lot of things. I would want to tell myself that stop being scared. It's because it's all gonna work out. Like every failure is gonna lead to an eventual success. Every beating is gonna make you stronger. I'm just gonna tell myself stop being scared. It's all going to work out. Stop
Question.
being scared. Yeah.
Does that came from the society you grew up, the Pakistani society that we talked about?
No, that came from the household that I grew up in. I was made to feel scared all the time.
Damn. Cause like personally, I was always a failure for my parents.
Mm-hmm.
So this made me a perfectionist in everything. So I'm like, I gotta do it the best way. I'm not gonna do it at all. So this affect me in lot, in like huge amount of what I do. I don't have like if I want to do something for myself, I can do it. But whenever I think about working on something, like as a job, I'm afraid to do it because I'm like I'm gonna mess up. And I'm working on myself to not thinking that way, but it's still like it's hard. I always think I'm gonna mess up. I always think I'm not enough. Even in my relationship, I always thought I'm not enough. With my parents, I thought I'm never enough. In school, there was no time that I thought I'm enough. So I overworked myself, and the result of overworking was I injured my body so much in basketball. I was working, I didn't listen to doctors, I didn't listen to anyone. I was like, I gotta work. Until I fucked everything in my body. Now I cannot do anything about it. And mentally, it fucked me a lot. So I kind of understand what you're talking about.
Now that you understand what the problem was, are you any different?
What?
Are you any different now that you understand what your problem is? Do you try to control it?
I'm trying to control it. Because I think I'm kind of workaholic. Because if someday I don't do anything positive, productive, I'm like, I hate myself so much. Like this thing is, even when I'm angry to someone else, argument happen or anything, I'm not angry at the other person. I'm angry at myself.
I have a question.
Yeah.
How hard do you have to work for you to know that yes, I've worked hard enough? How much is enough?
More than 5 hours a day.
No. Like,
What do you mean?
don't tell me about the steps you're taking towards it. Like, how much success is enough?
How much success is enough?
Like, do you want my answer?
Yeah.
For me, like, it might sound a little selfish, but I want people to keep talking about me after I die. If I've done something that has people talking about me after I'm dead, I think I've done enough. What about you?
For me, I think, I always have, it's not about this conversation, but I always have these thoughts that like, because now I see like people that I want them to be like next to me when I'm working. I want them to see me working, and they don't see it. They think I'm just wasting my time or I'm not doing anything positive. They always tell me, nah, you're just doing this bullshit. They're doing nothing. Who does a podcast? Who does this? Who works this amount of time? Then I thought about it one day when I'm successful and stuff. All of them gonna be in my house. They're having fun. They're having a party. But I know none of them are there for me. They are there for the success. So I realized that even in the end, when I got everything that I want, I bought every car that I loved of my whole life. It's all me. Because I wanted them the time that they weren't around for any reason. Now that I have everything, I don't really want them. So I think the success is for me, like I have no hard feelings for anyone. Like honestly, like When I say this to people, they think like, oh, I want to fuck some people up. No, it's not like I have no hard feelings. But I think that the level of success I want is like, I'm sure everyone around me, especially my parents, are having a good life. They don't have to worry about anything. They're enjoying their traveling around the world. My father got all of the cars he wants. My mom got the house she wants. And I think on that level that I can actually afford all of that, it still is not enough, but at least I done half of what I wanted. My goal in life is like one day I wake up and like, okay, I did this for people that they made their life easier. That's my goal. And none of that like charity bullshit or like, I want something like a Steve Jobs.
Something innovative, something new.
What?
Something innovative and something new.
Yeah.
All right.
In a way that it actually helps people. Yeah. That's what I want in life. And I'm way far. But the good thing nowadays, I kind of made this mentality in myself that you don't have to expect it. You don't have any expectations in your 20s. Nothing gonna happen in your 20s. So after 20 you might see some results, but in 20s it's really rare in this generation that you get a huge result. And I think most of the people problem in their life that they give up is like they saw people like Mark Zuckerberg. He was a millionaire by the time he was 21, and they see success as that. They see like, if you want to be successful, it's just one idea, boom, you're millionaire. I think that's the problem with people that they give up. Yeah, that was my thing. So yeah, back to you. You're scared of things.
I'm scared of what?
You said if you go back, you would tell yourself, don't be scared.
Don't be scared.
So what would, if you could live your life again, what would be the one thing you would do differently? One thing you did that you wish you did it differently.
I know exactly what it is, but I don't think I can say it on camera.
Why?
Because I'm ashamed of it.
You ashamed of it? Okay.
Yeah.
Fine.
But I know exactly what it is. It had because the party involved was, I really hurt the person who was involved, and a very dear friend of mine, and I wish I hadn't done that. That's it.
I mean,
Because I still think about it every single day.
so you're the type of person that like, when you done something wrong, you're gonna live with it forever, or you just forget it? Because I'm that type.
That's one of my biggest problems in life. One of my biggest problems in life is that, like, I make a mistake, and for most people, you make a mistake, and the mistake exists for a while. You apologize to the people around you. Everyone's like, okay, cool, no problem, and the mistake just goes away.
Yeah.
I take that mistake, I tie a cord around its waistline and one around mine. The mistake was meant to exist in the past, but I'm dragging into the future with me.
Exactly.
It has died, it stinks, it's rotting, it's getting worse, it's fucking up my mood, but I cannot let go of it. I keep thinking about the things I've done.
Same thing, me. Like I done some, not on purpose, but even when it's not on purpose, you feel bad. So I did some huge mistakes that I wish I'd never done. And when people that close to me, they know what I did, and they tell me like, so it's fine, it's been a few years, you should move on. I'm like, no, fuck no, I cannot move on. I have the same thing. Good boy.
It's not on camera, but we're shaking hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess this is it for today.
Thank you.
We talk a lot.
We did. It was long.
This is the thing I'd say at the end of every podcast. There is 100 reasons to be sad. There is 100 reasons to be happy.
You're right.
You choose which side you want to pick every day you woke up.
I absolutely agree.
Yeah.
And for the people watching.
Yeah.
In a month or two, I'm going to be done with my book. It's a horror fiction. If you guys liked this podcast, if you guys liked what we have done, if you guys think that I'm not boring, do comment in the comment section. invite me
Yeah.
again. I would love to come back, talk about my book.
We
talk
have a
about
coupon for 15% off.
15% off and coffee.
Use TheReasonableShow.com.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Buy our merch.
Yeah.
Anyways, if you guys invite me back, if you guys are lovely enough to call me back, I would love to talk about all the people I've interviewed, their paranormal experiences. I'm willing to talk about mine, and we can have a really interesting dialogue about paranormal activities.
Yeah. I have no information about that, but I love to hear what happened. Yeah.
Thank you so much, guys.
Until the next episode,
Peace.
bye bye.
Cut.
Nigga.